Hey guys, Jester here. Today I'm going to be talking about true names. Now, I seem to remember when playing through the Giant Drow Queen series back in the early 80s that even though we didn't use them in that campaign, and I don't believe it even touched on true names in those modules at all. Just reading the material that we had available to us at the time, it seemed, if I recall correctly, true names were a thing then. Okay, so I don't know when that concept actually came out. If you know the first reference of true names that is not what I'm about to share here, then please leave it in the comments section for my benefit and others that watch this video. But my first, from all the books that I have, my first knowledge of the concept of a true name was in S4 Lost Caverns of Socanth. In the second booklet, it talks about the Demonomicon of Igwolf, and in it says, "This brass-bound book contains a treatise on the powerful evil creatures of the lower planes. The dungeon master may include descriptive material and personal names as appropriate. Note that a creature's personal name is always kept secret, as these can be used for magical purposes. Such creatures also have a common name, which is the only one they will reveal to others." So even though it didn't call it true name here, it called it a personal name, it's what it's referring to. So my belief is that this was the first reference to true names in Dungeons & Dragons. And again, if I'm mistaken and you know of another instance, and this was 1982 was when this came out, you know of another instance when prior to this that true names were mentioned, please leave it in the comments, give the reference of the product that it appeared in. It'd be most appreciative. But in any case, so true names. What is a true name? Well, it already told you here that it is a secret personal name. Now, I have posted recently on my in a bunch of groups that I'm a part of, the question of has anybody used true names, and what unique way did they introduce that into their campaign? Got a lot of responses, very interesting responses. Thank you all that participated in responding to me. That's greatly appreciated. Some thought that that true names didn't apply to normal people like us, just your commoner or your adventurer. There was one person that whose answer I really liked, where it gave level of true name based on your power and or hierarchy. And so in his mind, everybody has a true name, even commoners like us or even adventurers, and their true name is one syllable. And then as you gain in power, hierarchy, whatever the case may be, up to demons and demon lords and lesser gods and greater gods and whatever, the amount of syllables increase in that personal name. So I really liked that concept, and in any case, I'm forgive me for not looking ahead, but prior to doing this video, to give credit to where credit is due to the person who came up with that. But you know who you are, and thank you very much for that comment. And because, like I said, I really like that. But in any case, basically, a true name is like Lost Caverns of Socanth there said, is a creature's personal name. And if anybody gains knowledge of that personal name, that's why it's kept very secret, they can gain power over that creature. And so it enhances spells that is cast against the creature, and it can be used to command or dominate that creature to greater effect, so forth and so on. So that's why personal names are very, very secret. And that's why some contend that only demons or greater in power have those names, and whereas commoners do not, because it's very easy to command and dominate a common person or a low level adventurer or even a high level adventurer, whereas demons and higher are very hard to command and dominate. So therefore, that's why they have the true name or whatever. So however you want to play it in your campaign, do so. I'm just giving you information here. But one way now, and like I said, I've never used true names in my campaign. But if I did, I think I would toy with the idea of this unique way of adding to the true name, the power of the true name. And basically, I haven't had a mind blank here. When you get old like me, these things typically happen. So give me a minute while I stumble through my recollection here. I'll be right back. Thanks for being patient. I'm back, and I knew when I thought of this that if I didn't write it down, I'd have this problem that I'm having right now, and hence why I wrote it down. And thank God I just remembered that I wrote it down. That's the other thing with being old and forgetful, is you write things down so that you remember them, but then you forget that you wrote them down or where you left them. In any case, so I'll read from my note. True names. Speaking them not only causes the normal effects, but also causes them to reveal their true forms. That's what it was. So, as we all know, demons and higher in power have the ability to change their forms. Sometimes for just a limited amount of time, sometimes at will, depending on the power of the entity. So, besides having the power to dominate or be able to cast a spell more powerfully or to greater extent, if you speak the true name of the being in its presence, you basically force it to revert to its true form. So let's say, Demogorgon has taken on the form of a lizard or a person or whatever. And you know this to be the case, or you suspect it to be the case. If you know Demogorgon's true name and you speak his true name while he is in this other form, he immediately reverts back to his true form, which may or may not be the image depicted that we all know Demogorgon to be, which is the reptilian-bodied entity with the two baboon heads. Is that his true form? Could be. Most likely is. Maybe not. Maybe, like true names, that's only the form he wishes to reveal to everybody. Perhaps, like his true name, he only has, or he actually has a true form. It'd be very interesting to find out by speaking his true name if, in fact, the image that he depicts to everybody is his true form or not. So, that is my unique addition to the power of speaking the true name of a being. Um, that's about all I got on true names today, guys. I know it's a very short video, and thank you for my gaffe there of forgetting what I was going to say and not preparing ahead of time um, as much as I should have. Um, and I will look up the person's name who gave that comment that I referenced, and I will put his name in the comments section uh, so that he'll get credit for that, because I don't want him to just be unknown or have to come out himself and say who he was. So I will do that. I'll put that in the comments section as soon as I air this. So that way he will be known and get credit where credit is due. And so, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and notification bells. Show and share this to all your friends. And if you'd like to support the channel, I don't have a tip jar or a Patreon account, but I do have a novel that I wrote called The Book of Prophecies. It's a fantasy fiction novel. Very similar to the type of stuff that I talk about here on this channel on Sunday mornings, and you can purchase one of those, one of the types of books, either the hardback, paperback, or ebook formats of that novel, and that would help support this channel greatly. You can find those links in the About section in this channel. You can also go to Amazon.com. You can also find all three versions there as well. The Kindle version is going for $2.58, very cheap. I will say, though, if you purchase it from the links that I provide here in the About channel, that takes you straight to my publisher, Lulu.com, I make more money that way, because Amazon basically takes all your money and leaves you with just a little bit. So, but I know, Amazon is more convenient for people, but that's why I provided the links in my About section, so it's convenient for you to go where I make the most money. So, having said that, thanks for watching again, guys, and until next time, and as always, see you soon.